Hey, what's going on, guys? We're live again with another video. Today is a very big match for us. It is under the lights Wednesday night, back in the Champions League. Arsenal away to Inter Milan at the San Siro. A really big night for us, and more importantly, our performances in the Premier League have been underwhelming, but in the Champions League, we haven't conceded any goals so far. And we're joint with Inter Milan on 7 points in the group stages as it stands. I am going to go through both teams' lineups. The lineup should be posted any minute now. And um, we're going to go through each team's lineup and talk about how they're going to set up for this game. This is a crucial game for us, especially considering we have Chelsea next in the Champions League. We have to be on our toes tonight. Inter Milan are in really good form. Yes, they do have Napoli on Sunday, and Inzaghi mentioned that they might be resting some of their key players like Bastoni, Nico Barella, but I don't believe him. I think it's just mind games. We're just waiting for the official lineup to be posted. I'm refreshing on the Arsenal website. I'll give you guys a breakdown of both teams' lineups and then go through how tactically we're going to set up for this game. Thank you, my friend watching on Twitter, and big up to Jordan. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to cue the intro, and then we're going to go through Arsenal's lineup first, as we're the away team. Ben White is available for selection. The lineup has just been posted, so let me cue the intro, and then we'll go through the lineups for both teams. So, guys, Arsenal's lineup has just been posted, the starting 11. Ben White returns for the clash against Inter Milan, and Arteta just makes one change from the side that played with Newcastle at the weekend, with Ben White back in the starting 11, Jurriën Timber at left back, Gabriel and Saliba partnership in center back, and Declan Rice missed entirely, which we knew before in my preview. He didn't travel due to sustaining a foot injury against Newcastle. And Uncle Party back in midfield with Moreno and Leandro Trossard. I got the lineup spot on, mind you, in my preview. So just a little bit of appreciation for me. It's not every moment that I get the lineups correct, but it's Raya in goal, Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, Timber. Midfield of Party, Moreno, and Trossard, and a front three that picks itself. Saka, Martinelli, and Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz up front. On the bench is Neto, Robinson, Zinchenko, Miles Lewis-Skelly, Kivior, Jorginho, Odegaard, Ethan Nwaneri, Sterling, Jesus, and Butler Oyedeji. The Champions League, you're allowed to have two more players extra than in the Premier League in your squad. So it's just one change that Arteta makes. Ben White at right back, Partey back in midfield. And the biggest news in Arsenal's lineup today is Captain Martin Odegaard is finally back, which means we now have creativity again in our team. And hopefully this means that Chelsea away at the Bridge in the league, he will now start that game, fingers crossed. In my preview, I did say that I want him to come off the bench to get game time and to get minutes. I'm going to go through Inter Milan's lineup now. The opposition team, Inter Milan, are a very strong team. They're doing well in their own league, but they do have Napoli on Sunday, so it'll be interesting to see how they set up. Kickoff is at 8 p.m., guys. There's still some time to go. I'm going to go through the Inter Milan lineup. I'm just waiting for it. One moment, please, while I pull it up. The team news is out for Arsenal. I did go through our team news. I am happy with that lineup because that lineup pretty much picked itself. We all knew Ben White was fit enough to play, to be on the bench and come off the bench against the Newcastle game. So for me, him being at right back and not having to play Partey there, having Partey back in midfield is influential for us. Inter Milan's 11 is Jan Sommer, Pavard, De Vrij, Bisek, Denzel Dumfries, Fratesi, Kalhanoglu, Zielinski, Darmian, Taremi, and Lautaro Martinez. Wow. So Inzaghi, as he said in his press conference, Nico Barella, Bastoni, Marcus Thuram, All have been rested, and it's not mind games. Mkhitaryan, former Arsenal player, DiMarco as well, rested and on the bench against Arsenal today. So this means I'm more confident going into this game. Good evening, Afsar. Thank you for joining. Long time no see. Thanks so much for your support. I'm really happy with this Arsenal lineup. I think this is the strongest 11 we could have gone with, especially considering the players' availability. We knew in advance that Declan Rice did not travel, and we also knew that Odegaard did travel with the team. I'm quite confident going into this game now. Inzaghi has rested his key players of DiMarco, Barella, Bastoni, Marcus Thuram, who is their top goal scorer so far, and former Arsenal player Henrik Mkhitaryan on the bench against Arsenal today. I did go through both Arsenal 11 and Inter Milan 11. Guys, my fellow Gooners, what do you think of Arsenal's starting 11? Are you confident going into a night of battle against Inter Milan? Big bad Inter Milan, who are leading champions in the Italian league. Inter Milan have Napoli on Sunday, so for me, that's clear that Inzaghi's focus is that game more than this Champions League game. We are level on points with Inter Milan at 7 points, and waiting now to see who's going to win this game, whether it's going to be a draw or what we're going to get out of this game. I'm more confident seeing the lineup than I was. However, I did predict a 1-0 draw going into this game. I just think Inter Milan are a very strong team, and they do have the home advantage against us. There's a saying they always say, win your games at home and just try not to lose your games on the road. That's exactly what I'm saying here. Win your games at home and then try not to lose. So just draw your games on the road if you can't win. It's key for us to get crucially in this top 8 and knock out Man City, and Real Madrid could potentially be in a playoffs for Champions League if they don't make it in the top 8. Of course, it'll be great to see the downfall of Man City after yesterday's defeat to Sporting Lisbon, and Gyökeres getting a hat trick yesterday was probably the highlight of yesterday's Champions League games, and Liverpool beating Bayer Leverkusen in second gear 4-0 with Luis Diaz, Lucho, on the score sheet more than once. I believe he got a hat trick. I am going to share the screen now for my for the starting 11. Those of you guys who are just joining now or on Twitter. Hi, Garvin. Hope you're well. You guys have a game. I think it's tomorrow, European game tomorrow in a conference league. And I heard Palmer and Sancho are not available, but I have a feeling Palmer would make it back Sunday. I know last season he wasn't available, and we drew 2-2 at the bridge. Zane says, from an outsider looking in, I think maybe Jorginho should have started for that extra control. Of course, Jorginho, he does have, he doesn't really have pace. He doesn't offer pace is what I'm trying to say, but he does offer passing range, which is influential, you could say. I'm just about to get the lineup on the screen. I did go through both teams' lineups. So let me just give you guys a visual. Hi, Mitchie. Thank you for joining. Hope you're well. You guys are playing tomorrow, I believe. Good luck in the Conference League. Some of the teams you guys are playing, I don't even know their some of those teams' names. So I do have the Arsenal lineup here. Just like I said in my preview, Declan Rice did not travel with the squad to Inter Milan. Raya, Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel. The partnership of Saliba and Gabriel is crucial for this game. Arteta, it's clear that we're going full strength, and Arteta is taking this game seriously, and rightfully so. Then Timber, midfield is Partey, Moreno, and Trossard. Some people said play Ethan Nwaneri. I don't think this was a game going away to Inter at the San Siro. It's not a game for Ethan Nwaneri to start. Personally, I think against Newcastle when he came on, he kind of struggled, and it didn't really help because he didn't get some service either, and none of our attackers got service. I know we're over that Newcastle game, but just analyzing that and how Arteta picked his 11, it's only one change, which is Ben White back into his position comfortably, and then Partey back in midfield. And then the front three picks itself, Saka, Martinelli, and Havertz. Hi, Dan. Hope you're well. Good to see you. Garvin, he said he'll be on my channel this weekend. Garvin, you are more than welcome to join me. I'm doing a preview Friday night. If you're free, Garvin, I'll send you the details. I do have some Chelsea fans coming on. These Chelsea fans aren't giving it large, I thought that everybody would give it large, but I want a fully fit Chelsea team so that when we win at the Bridge, I don't want to hear any excuses on, oh, you played us without Palmer, you played us without Sancho. I want a fully fit Chelsea team so we can win and get back to winning ways. Go to the international break with 3 points and catching up to Liverpool, and hopefully a Villa lose to Liverpool. So, yeah, the league table is a bit questioning right now, but it's still too early in the league for me, and there's a lot of games to be played. Guys, I already went through the Inter Milan 11. Inzaghi was correct in his press conference that he wasn't going to start Mkhitaryan, Nico Barella, Marcus Thuram, DiMarco, Bastoni. That is influential for us because their strongest players are on the bench. However, we also still have some firepower on the bench. I know you'll say maybe Jesus isn't firepower, but Champions League Jesus and Premier League Jesus are like night and day, with all due respect. Then we have Sterling on the bench. We have Jorginho for passing range and ball control. Ethan Nwaneri, Miles Lewis-Skelly, and more importantly, Captain Martin Odegaard makes his return on the bench after more than 8 weeks suffering with an injury. Odegaard is now on the bench, and his leadership going away to Inter. I just hope there's no more casualties in this team. Arsenal boys, please come back to London safe and sound. We have a game, a London derby, a big game on Sunday, and I can't stand Chelsea, although I have a lot of Chelsea friends who are sensible. I say that word loosely because not every Chelsea fan is sensible, but some of the friends I know, they're really balanced in their approach, and I want to win this game. It'll mean a lot for me, pride-wise and banter-wise, but Arsenal really need to pick up the points, and today's game is where we need to build confidence going into that game on Sunday. Is Barella and Bastoni on the bench? Yes, they are. Why did you time me out? You keep repeating the same thing over and over again. If you say it one time, I've already read it, so there's no point to repeat yourself over and over again. We were a bit flat versus Man United. My friend Nippon, he also said that Chelsea got knocked out of the cup, EFL Cup, only to kind of play poorly against Man United at Old Trafford. I know Man United now have Van Nistelrooy, not for long until Amorim takes over, but it was a good game. But it was kind of like watching paint dry, in my opinion. I think it was a bit boring and more overhyped than it actually was. Barella, Bastoni on the bench for Inter Milan, DiMarco, Marcus Thuram, and Mkhitaryan. But I think the only threat we have to look out for going into this game against Inter would be no other than Lautaro Martinez. Lautaro Martinez is such an incredible player. He's always in the right positions and right areas. His decision-making is quite good for club and country. Hi, Will. Hope you're well. He says, let's go back to winning ways today. 100%. The game is not long to kick off now. Less than about an hour to go now till kickoff away at the San Siro. I'll be doing a watch along, which I'll provide you guys a link for with my friend Moss on Moss Sports World in a joint stream. I hope and pray we have a dominant display against Inter. Guys, the last time we played Inter Milan, we won 5-1, and even Edu Gasper scored in that game. This is my watch along link. I just put it in the chat. I'll be going live for the watch along for this game, and then you'll see me live again to review this game once the full-time whistle has blown. I hope this is a dominant display and a convincing performance. I'm not saying to go out there and take a man on or injure any of their players, but we need to get confidence, and these players really need to show that they want to be in the Champions League and go far in the Champions League. Patel says, Havertz should be striker, not going right side all the time. We are missing him up front. In this game, it's Saka on the right wing, Martinelli on the left wing, and Havertz in the middle. So, see, this is why I time you out. You keep self-promoting in my chat. I've told you so many times to cut that out. I don't do that in your chat. I never do it in anybody's chats. If I'm going live, I tell my own channel, or I don't even tell people when I'm going live. Stop trying to put your streams or mention your streams in my chat. I don't do it in yours. I don't do it in yours at all, and I don't do it in anyone's. It's extremely disrespectful. It's begging, and it's rude. It's straight up rude. I'm not the type of person to sugarcoat things. You keep doing it everywhere on other people's channels. It's frustrating and it's jarring. Hi Taki, hope you're well. Zane says still not a bad Inter side. They have a strong bench as well. I did talk about the bench. They do have some firepower off the bench, a lot of firepower off the bench. But I do think Arsenal, this is a good matchup. Um, I said we'll draw this game. I did go through Arsenal starting 11, and the key points is this is good news that Martin Odegaard is back. Declan Rice did not travel due to a foot injury against Newcastle. So as a result, Partey is back in midfield and Ben White at right back, rightfully so. I don't think there's really anything else to worry about other than the midfield battle and Lautaro Martinez to shut down the service to him. Other than that, we need to be positionally aware defensively. Our defense needs to be closely knit. I think that's one thing we need to be careful about. We used to be so good at set pieces, and then when Odegaard got injured, all of a sudden we're not even scoring from set pieces. And we're struggling to score. We're struggling to create for our midfielders. Our midfielders are not scoring. We're struggling to create from the midfield to our attack. Do you think Odegaard will start against Chelsea? I already went through this. I said Odegaard will start against Chelsea, and it will be a dominant display. And I'm confident we're going to beat them at the Bridge in their own gaff. Hi, 305. Hope you're well. Thank you so much for joining and for tuning in. Hope to see you in Uncle Mace's chat later tonight if he's doing some NFL or NHL content. I know the Raptors are at Sacramento tonight. I'll be watching that off stream. In about an hour to go, I'll be doing a watch along for the game for the Champions League game against Inter Milan away at the San Siro. I wish I could have been at this game. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it. I couldn't get a ticket, or else I would have loved to be there. It is one of my bucket lists to be at the San Siro. Hopefully, I can make it happen one of these days. But we did go through the starting 11. We did talk about some of their bench players to look out for. Some of Arsenal's players on the bench, I did go through our bench as well. And my score prediction for this game still remains a 1-1. However, if we beat Inter Milan, it's so good for us confidence-wise to dominate this game. I hope we can do that, but I don't think it's going to be easy for us. Inter Milan are a really good side, and they held Man City to a 0-0 draw away at the Etihad. We are joint on 7 points, just like they are. And if we draw today, I think it automatically means that Man City and Real Madrid are close to having to play a playoffs. We also have to go away to Sporting Lisbon, which is not going to be easy. You guys know how much of a threat Victor Gyökeres has been. And if you went, you would have lost your voice screaming. Yeah, I don't go on my phone during the games like some people do. I like to watch the game and support the players. I'm chanting the whole game, and I like sitting in North Bank lower tier. But the away end for Inter Milan is in the 300 levels, so it's really high up. And for someone short like me, it's not as easy to see everything. And guys, I am gonna now take a break, and then I'll be back again live for 3 p.m. my time, which is 8 p.m. UK time, where I'll be doing a watch along of the Inter Milan Arsenal game with my friend Chris, which is Moss, on Moss Sports World and my own channel. If you guys want to participate in the chat, let me know your score predictions. Let me know your thoughts on the lineup. How do you think Arteta set us up so far for the Champions League? In my opinion, we've been playing better in the Champions League than we have so far 10 weeks in the Prem. We've been a bit inconsistent in the Prem, and hopefully we can pick up points today. Zain Hanif says, Champions League yesterday was a blockbuster. Inshallah, today is similar. Yeah, I hope so too. Inshallah, I hope it's a good game. It's gonna be a good atmosphere. Inter Milan fans are quite crazy. Some people said it might be like watching paint dry, or it'll be boring and overrated game. But I hope we put up a good fight. And same thing with Inter. I hope it's not a goalless draw. I'm gonna be live again at 8 p.m. for my watch along. I'm just gonna post the link and pin it to my chat. We'll start a bit early, maybe about like 5 minutes before, so about 7:55. I'll be doing a watch along for this game. Sorry. That's the link right there. I'll just pin it to my stream so you guys can join me if you want to participate in the watch along. We'll be going through the lineups once again. I already covered it on my channel because I wanted to share my views on the game, and I wanted to talk about how we're going to set up. I think it's important, especially for a big game like this. The San Siro has really good history, and in Italian league as well. So come on, you Gunners, let's go get this win. Hopefully we can win, but if not, don't lose. I'll be back at 3 p.m. for a watch along, and I'll see you all later. Adios.